Alright everybody, this motion picture is pure proof that sometimes you should look a gift horse in the mouth. Let's go. Okay everybody, this time we're looking at 1976's Burnt Offerings. But before we go any further, as always, to the trailer.
It all began as a summer vacation. A young family found a beautiful old house. It had secluded, spacious grounds, a large swimming pool, magnificent furnishings.
So you are the people who want to rent this house?
What do you mean it's $900 and then it's all ours?
Well, there is one other thing. It's hardly a catch.
They thought it was the answer to their dreams, but it was the beginning of a nightmare. In this old house, up this staircase, behind this locked door, something lives. Something strange, something powerful, something evil.
Stay away from that door!
It will possess this woman. It will destroy this man. It will terrify this child. And no one can stop it. Burnt Offerings, starring Karen Black.
Are you actually trying to tell me that this house is responsible?
Oliver Reed.
This house is destroying us.
Bette Davis.
This house is getting so cold.
Burgess Meredith.
And this house will be here long, long after you have departed, you believe me?
Eileen Heckart.
God, when it comes alive, tell them, brother. Tell them what it's like.
Behind this door lies a horror beyond imagination. Who is it? Where did it come from? What does it want? When you find out, it will be too late. Burnt Offerings.
Okay, this motion picture was directed by Dan Curtis. Now, Dan Curtis was a director who did a lot of TV work, but he did motion pictures also. He did House of Dark Shadows, he did Night of the Dark Shadows, of course he did Burnt Offerings. He did TV movies like The Night Strangler, Scream of the Wolf, Trilogy of Terror, which also had Karen Black, and how cool is that, and Dracula. So he had a lot of things to his credit, had a lot of production credits. Did a good job on this motion picture, that's all I can say. All right, let's get going to the cast. Okay, playing Marian Rolf was Karen Black. Now, Karen Black has had a crazy, crazy, crazy long career. Just passed away recently, kind of sad. It is what it is. What are you going to do? But she was in movies like Airport 75, The House of a Thousand Corpses, The Great Gatsby, Five Easy Pieces, Easy Rider, Day of the Locust, Capricorn 1, which is a forgotten gem too, by the way. She was in that. And of course she did Trilogy of Terror, which is directed by Dan Curtis, which, you know, how cool is that? So, Karen Black is Marian Rolf, gotta love her. Let's keep moving. Okay, playing Ben Rolf was Oliver Reed. What more needs to be said? Oliver Reed, long career, great actor. We're talking The Three Musketeers, The Four Musketeers, Gladiator, The Brood, Tommy. I mean, he was in Tommy with The Who. How can you not love that? Oliver. I'm going blank. Curse of the Werewolf. He was in a bunch of things. So Oliver Reed, The Assassination Bureau too. That was another one. It was a good movie. Anyway, Oliver Reed, long career. Passed away a few years ago with kind of a hard liver, from what everybody says. You know, a little bit of you know, he liked that little bit of the wine too much. But anyway, Oliver Reed, great actor. As Ben Rolf, does a great job in this motion picture. Let's keep kicking. Okay, playing Arnold Allardyce is Burgess Meredith. What more do you need to hear than Burgess Meredith? We're talking grumpy old men. We're talking Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3. We're talking Foul Play. We're talking Day of the Locust. There's another name we just heard a few minutes ago. We're talking Clash of the Titans. Another great one, Clash of the Titans. And more than anything, to a lot of people, he will always be the Penguin on Batman, the original series. I mean, how could you not love him? Wah, 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 wah. He was awesome as the Penguin. And he was also in great episodes like Twilight Zone and stuff. So Burgess Meredith, legendary career, legendary actor, lived to the ripe old age of like 3 million or whatever the hell he was when he passed. God bless him. Burgess Meredith, quality dude. All right, let's keep going. Okay, playing Roz Allardyce was Eileen Heckart. She had a long career in television, but she was in a lot of movies too. She was in Heartbreak Ridge and Bus Stop and The First Wives Club. So she was in a bunch of things. But she was also on tons of television, man. Tons of television. She was in Dr. Kildare, Ben Casey, The Fugitive, Barnaby Jones, pardon me. Lou Grant, Out of the Blue. She was on tons of stuff, you know. So if you see her face, you're like, man, I seen her pop up on so much TV at work, it wasn't even funny. Does a good job here. Does what she's supposed to do. Let's keep going. Okay, playing Anne Elizabeth was Bette Davis. Yo, come on. Beyond having a song about her called Bette Davis Eyes, she also had a film career, and she was in tons of stuff. She's probably one of those like legendary people that gets that cult status where they're like, you know, the upper elite of the history of Hollywood, if you will. She was in stuff like All About Eve. She was in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Now Voyager, Dark Victory, Death on the Nile, The Virgin Queen, The Man Who Came in for Dinner, and Of Human Bondage. That was the other. She was in it, well, amongst other like 5,000 other titles, but those are ones that you just pop off the top of my head. Bette Davis, long career, does a great job in this role. I mean, some people said she wasn't the easiest thing to get along with back in her day, but whatever. She did a good job in this, so who cares? Let's keep moving. Okay, a couple episodes ago, I ranted about how much I love Dub Taylor. He was in The Creature from Black Lake. But he's in this too, so I'm going to go through his career really quick again, but I'm going to make it short because I just went on a rant on 2 episodes again, for the love of God. But anyway, Dove Taylor, salt of the earth guy. He was in stuff like The Wild Bunch, The Getaway, Bonnie and Clyde, Maverick, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, Gator, with Burt Reynolds. So anyway, Dub Taylor, great career, great job, always great, whatever. You know what I'm going to keep saying. Let's keep going. Okay, and playing David Rolf was Lee Montgomery. Now, Lee Montgomery was really a child actor. I mean, he came out with, like, he was in, like, the kid movies, like The $1 Million Duck. He was in Ben with the rat, you know, little boy with his rat. He was in stuff like Girls Just Want to Have Fun and Baker's Hawk, but that was, like, you know, a little bit later in his career. He was in stuff, he was in tons of TV work. He was on Streets of San Francisco, Emergency, Kojak, Ironside, Chips, Family Ties, Medical Center. Tons and tons of TV work. I don't know where the hell he is now, but he popped up a lot when he was a young guy. Started out when he was a kid. Whatever. He's in here. He did good. Let's just get to the goddamn story. Okay, everybody, I'm going to keep the story short and sweet. You know how I love to give you just enough to give you an overview, but really get to the summation and tell you why it works. I don't want to ruin too much. But the story of the motion picture is this. The Rolf family is looking for a house to rent for the summer. They get an unbelievably cheap deal on this big, beautiful mansion by the Allardyce family. Ben is automatically like, there's something wrong with this. This can't be right. How can we afford a house like this? He wants to know the details. They tell him $900 for the summer. He's like, what? You're kidding me. This can't possibly be. What's the catch? The catch is that in the house is their 86-year-old mother. And if you take the house for the summer for $900, you got to take the mom too. But they tell her, hey, don't worry about it. She's old. You'll never see her. She never leaves her room. You'll never even look at her. You just leave her food in front of the door and go on and enjoy your summer. 3 meals a day, dropped in front of her door. That's all you need to do. Ben thinks this is a little bit crazy. He thinks it's a little bit weird. Marian is diving in head over heels. And from there, the motion picture takes off. As time goes by, you realize there's something odd about this house or something wrong about this house. This house is having a definite effect on everybody. It's having an effect on Ben. It's having an effect on Marian. It's having an effect on Anne Elizabeth. And sure as hell, when you met those people in the beginning, there was something wrong with them too. Are the effects positive? Are the effects negative? Well, it's a horror movie. You goddamn guessed it right. The effects are negative. Soon you realize Marian is being captivated by this house, consumed by this house, in love with this house, so that she starts to forsake all for this house. She's basically becoming possessed by this house. Gradually, things start happening to the house. It shows powers. It starts rejuvenating itself. Is it rejuvenating itself by the love of Marian? Is it rejuvenating itself by the power it gets from hurting people and watching other people suffer? Who knows? You'll find out when you watch the motion picture, because that's all I'm telling you. That's it. I know that's a little bit bare. They go to a house, they rent a house, the house is fucked up, the house starts possessing the wife, house starts affecting everybody, house feeds off of the misery, or does it feed off of the love? We're going to let you figure that out. All right, everybody, I'm going to tell you why I really like this motion picture. Is it the greatest motion picture ever done? No. Is it a solid, good motion picture? Yes. The cast alone will carry you through this motion picture, even through the dead spots. I mean, everybody in this motion picture is top flight. I say that some other times, but I mean it this time. It's top flight. I meant it the other times when I said it too, but I really mean it this time. It's top flight. You know, from Karen Black, Oliver Reed, Burgess Meredith, Bette Davis. I mean, Jesus, God, what more do you want? The movie is set up so perfectly because it doesn't beat around the bush, neither. Right from the beginning of this motion picture, it dives right in. You don't need a backstory. You don't need a bunch of bullshit. You just see the family drive into the house, and it starts. You get there, it's so an easy feeling. Everybody in it is so weird. The Burgess Meredith character, the Eileen Heckart character, they're so, the Allardyces are so bizarre and so weird and so god-awful creepy. Even Doug Taylor comes across as a little bit creepy. That you can't even understand why anybody would rent a house from them in the first place unless it was such a sweet deal it would boggle your mind. So the tone is right. It's set up to make you feel uncomfortable and uneasy right from the get-go, and it does it very, very well. The film is even kind of aged feeling. It's very washed out. It's very odd the way they shot the cinematography in this thing. It's just very bright. As you go through the movie, you really identify probably mostly with David, because here's this kid. He's watching this house affect his mother dramatically. He's watching the house affect his father dramatically. And you can feel for the child, especially because I watched it when I was a kid. You can feel for him because all the adults in the room are changing and he is powerless to stop it, and he's caught in it, and he's watching all this macabre, weird crap take place around him. And as a kid, there's nothing he can do except his support structure, his family structure is just morphing and turning twisted and falling apart right before his very eyes. You do get to go through the eyes of Ben a lot in this thing, too. You really get to see that he sees his wife slipping away. He's trying to hold it together. But things start to affect him, too, and even he doesn't understand why he's being affected. So the movie's tone, its eeriness, its creepiness is in place, is etched into the film. There's no way you're going to take it out, and that's exactly what you want. You want it there. And when it's delivered by a top-level cast, you don't care. And by the way, this motion picture isn't something that relies on special effects. There's no ghosties and ghoulies. There's nothing, crazy taking place. It's all just atmosphere, acting, and writing. And that's all you really want from a motion picture, I would think. You want the story to work. You want the vibe to be right. You want the feeling to be there. You want everything just to be without a need of decoration. You want it just to be because of the plot, the story, and the actors. And this movie delivers. It's just the way it goes. Anyway, everybody, go check out Burnt Offerings. Is it The Shining? No. Is it some of the greatest motion pictures ever made? No. But is it eerie? Is it weird? Does it deliver? Does it do what it's supposed to do and give you a couple hours of really good entertainment at this kind of feeling pace that leaves you feeling uneasy, a little bit dirty, a little bit creeped out? Yes. Yes, it does. And for that alone, it's worth a look. For that cast alone, it's worth a look. Check it out. Go enjoy it. Have a good time. Everybody, I gotta go. See you later. Peace. Bye.